all in this classroom.
I'm looking very good.
All of you just see, मतलब just virtually feel yourself in this classroom. Classroom पूरा दिख रहा होगा. एक मिनट just wait.
अरे
Next one, then it is a class. Hopefully, we also in their class. Okay.
whiteboard और
हाँ ये तो ठीक है. हाँ तो एक अपना सॉरी ये व्हाइट बोर्ड
नहीं
अच्छा
ये व्हाइट बोर्ड यूज करना है.
हाँ ये वाली. अच्छा जैसे मैंने पीपीटी खोला है.
एक मिनट
और ये किस साइड
को फुल चाहिए.
हाँ तो देन पूरा कर दो.
फुल चाहिए ना. ये पेटी तो आप मैच कर सकते हो. इसको जैसे करो कि वो आर्टिफिशियल व्हाइट बोर्ड रहेगा फिर इसको भी मैच कर सकते हो. मैडम ये आपका थोड़ा स्टॉप चाहिए और थोड़ा एक मिनट.
हाँ just wait student just 2 minutes.
958
2 4
248
5 6
5685.
819 3 3 हाँ इसको मैं कर. Okay students, am I audible to you properly?
Yes,
ma'am.
So last class we were doing the ER diagram. So we have started with. इसका stylus क्या है?
मैम
अरे,
लास्ट डीबीएमएस वाला स्लाइड्स में मिला नहीं, वो एक बार भेज देंगे बाद में.
हाँ मैं भेज. ये किया है सबने लास्ट क्लास में. एंटिटी and its attributes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then you have your key attributes that need to be underlined. Okay. Now, the attributes, how we did it in the last class, that whatever attributes we are defining, that be an oval shape, and the key attribute, that is the primary key, need to be underlined always. Okay, class. We will do it again. Now, cardinality, we will be moving on to cardinality. ये भी हो गया. Multi-valued attributes, composite attributes. Yes, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Derived attributes. Done. कोई इसमें any problem, then we will discuss it again. Relationship, is a relationship? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, today we are going to start with your cardinality. That is the 4 types of cardinality. Cardinality means the relationships. The relationships means that whatever, like for example, in this case, students study in college. So there are 2 entities over here. So which type of relationships we are actually going to establish amongst both of these entities. Okay, that is the student.
Zoom का जो answer
अच्छा हाँ वो यूज वो ये वाला यूज कर ओके भाई मैं वैसे ही okay so this student study in college, so many students studying in the college class, many students studying in the college, okay,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
one college, so many to one relationship, many to one relationship, okay, one student getting only one enrollment number, one student getting only one enrollment number. ऐसा होता है कि 2-4 बच्चों को एक ही साथ enrollment number मिल जाए, मतलब एक enrollment number given to 3-4 students. Is it possible? या आधार कार्ड being assigned to 10,000 citizens को एक ही आधार कार्ड नंबर दे दिया? नहीं है. उसके लिए आता है 1-to-1 relationship. For that we have 1-to-1 relationship. Got it? कोई शक?
No, ma'am.
So एक हो गया आपका 1-to-many relationship. Now, one student assigned more than one course to study. One student doing more than one certification program. One student studying more than one subject. One customer ordering more than one product. So all of this will be coming to your 1-to-many relationship. Many to one. Now, can anybody give me the example of now many? Many to many relationship.
Students working under different faculties.
Student नहीं ऐसा नहीं, फैकल्टी एक ही अंडर एक सब्जेक्ट के अंदर एक ही काम करो, थोड़ा लॉजिकल बनना पड़ेगा इसके लिए.
Many students applying for many colleges.
Many students applying for many colleges. Very good. Many students applying for enrolled in more than one clubs. ठीक है? जैसे अभी आप लोग क्लब एंड कमिटीज में गए हो ना, so one student who are there in more than one club. ठीक है? So it is 1-to-1. Sorry, many to many relationships. Now, one bank having many customers, having many account holders. इसको क्या आप किस कैटेगरी में आप लेके आओगे? One bank having many account holders. ये किस कैटेगरी में?
One to many relation.
Very good. Now, one loan being given to many customers.
One to many.
Yes, 1-to-many. Many customers have ordered one product.
Many to one.
Many to one. Many subscribers subscribing Netflix.
Many to one.
Many to one. ओके, सो ऐसे ही होगा. आपको ये देखना है. अभी देखो, अभी 1 से ज्यादा आपकी सब्सक्रिप्शन है. जैसे ओटीटी में आपको जनरली नेटफ्लिक्स भी रहता है, अमेजॉन प्राइम भी रहता है. So many customers having many OTT subscription. क्या आएगा?
Many to many.
Many to one. So maybe in the class, if I ask you how many have Netflix subscription, how many of you are having Amazon subscription, how many of you having other than Z5, yes, only कितने सारे हैं. So many to many. So students, you have to think accordingly that how we are going to establish relationships between all of these. Then comes, as really what we have discussed, that one entity from entity set A can be associated with at most one entity of entity set B and vice versa. Means both the ways around. Means 1-to-1, वो दोनों तरीके से होना चाहिए. 1-to-many, as we have discussed, entity set A can associated with more than one entities of entity set B. However, it should belong to entity set B and can be associated with at least one of the entities. Students, now you have to understand one thing. Many means not that if it is two, so ये 1-to-1 वाला relation. अगर anything which is more than one, if anything which is more than one will lie in the category of many. This we will just do it now, and from the next class I will begin with your MS Access class. So for MS Access, also we will be establishing relationships through one-to-one, one-to-many, and many. Okay. Then many-to-one, as we have just discussed, many-to-one means many of the A can be associated with at least one of the attributes of Z. Then many-to-many, one entity from A can be associated with more than one entity from B and vice versa. Any confusion? Any confusion?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Or no, please? Okay. Now, how we will represent it on the ER diagram? So there are two ways of doing it, students. Whichever you find easy, you can just do it. Okay, now one more thing that I just want to tell you all students, in between I will forget otherwise. So we have decided your end term exam pattern, and for that we have decided that we are giving you one Excel question also, students. Basic ones, basic wala formulas which we have done. That is, please revise VLOOKUP, please revise sum ifs, please revise count ifs, please revise average ifs and charts. Please revise it once again. Kahin koi doubt aata hai, please ask me. I will do the revision once again. Got it, class? So one question in part B I'm talking about. One question from Excel, one question from ER diagram, one question from ER diagram, one question from MS Access. Okay, MS Access, but that is not going to be practical. That is not going to be practical. That is going to be theoretical. वो आपको बता दूंगी मैं कि किस type के questions आएंगे आपको उसके लिए. And then fourth question from the pre-mid portion. Got it? So, and in the case study, we are not giving you case study anymore this time. ठीक है? We will be giving normalization के 2-3 questions हैं यहाँ. Okay? Question एक ही रहेगा, उसमें सब questions बहुत सारे हैं. Hope I am clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
केस
ma'am.
स्टडी मैम, केस स्टडी वाला फिर से एक बार बताइए क्या आएगा?
Part C, which was case study, which we used to give you case study. Now this time we have cut short the case study. Case study we will not be going to give you. We will be giving normalization questions to you for part C. Got it?
ओके मैम.
ठीक है? So case study writing हम नहीं दे रहे हैं. Application based question रहेगा part B में ही. Okay? And 1 ER, and for the ER diagram, students, we will give to the for across the section. I'm going to pass the instructions to everyone. If you are making it on Excel or Word or any of the other drawing platforms which is online, then it is fine. If you are drawing it on pen and paper, it should be drawn on white sheet. जैसे अभी white आपको background दिख रहा है ना, white sheet में, and with color pens you have to draw and then scan it and then upload it. Otherwise, the ER diagram we are not going to accept on the line wala sheet. This has been decided throughout across the section. We are not, तो आपको अगर उस टाइम पे ये नहीं कि मेरे पास नहीं था, ISM का एग्जाम में एक दिन पहले आपको एक व्हाइट शीट मंगा के, जो ड्राइंग शीट्स होती हैं, एक मंगा के रख लेना. कलर पेन्स होंगे, स्केच पेन नहीं है तो कलर पेन्स तो होंगे ना आप लोगों के पास, ब्लैक रेड, उससे बना लें. लेकिन प्लीज डोंट एट ऑल यू हैव टू मेक इट ऑन. वी विल आर नॉट गोइंग टू एक्सेप्ट इट. करेक्ट ही नहीं होगा आपका पेपर, बिकॉज लास्ट टाइम वी हैव रियली फेस्ड लॉट एंड लॉट ऑफ इश्यूज. हमने पिछले साल भी इंस्ट्रक्शन लिया था लेकिन हमने ले लिया था, लेकिन दिस टाइम वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू टेक इट बिकॉज कुछ समझ में नहीं आता क्या वो लाइन वाले में क्या बना के देते बच्चे. वी आर जितना सुंदर बना के दोगे उतने अच्छे नंबर मिलेंगे. ER diagram is something, if it is perfect, you get the full marks. So make it beautiful and please accordingly scan it and then upload. Got it, class? So that's nothing rocket science. सिर्फ एक white sheet रखनी है आपको. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you, please. ये लाग मैम मेरे पास नहीं था, ये नहीं कर, नहीं तो एक्सेल पे बना के अपलोड करो, वो देना, वो भी आपका लिख चलेगा. लेकिन क्या है ना, एक्सेल ये सब पे बनाने में टाइम लगता है. तो मैं टीचर हूँ फिर भी आपको बता रही हूँ, आप इस पे ड्रॉ करना आप ज्यादा आसान है. Then, so how we represent it? So we represent, like for example, 1-to-1 relationship. Employee is issued ID card. So one employee will be issued only one ID card, students. Yes.
Yes,
ma'am.
So 1-1. So you will establish like this. And if you are not going to write relationships, cardinality in your ER diagram. If we can't see, you'll get your half of the marks will be deducted. Got it, class? Now, for one to many, 1 M. So it is beginning from 1 and it is ending to M. Okay? And then many to many, M and M. Please draw it, all of you. Please draw it in your sheets, notebooks. Students enrolled in many courses. So one to many. Many students can take many tests. Means, for example, in my subject only, I have seen that I have taken 4 or 5 quizzes. Okay? So many to many relationships like this. Got it, class? Please draw it, all of you. Done? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Doing that.
Okay. Okay. Now, the second way of doing it is the relationship cardinality, which we can show it to you. Choose only one thing. ये नहीं कि ये भी बना रहे हो, वो भी बना रहे हो. No. It should be not like that. It should be relationship cardinality. So when you are establishing relationships, so when whichever it is going, you have to just write this way. ठीक है? इस तरीके से आपको ये करना है. अभी मैं आपको ड्रॉ करके भी दिखाती हूँ. So this way you will be writing a line 1 to 1 के लिए and 2 lines like vertical lines like this. Mandatory many 1, तो एक 1 आएगा आपका ऐसे, ठीक है? And like a tree like structure you have many का relation. Got it, class? Okay, now many to 1, many to 1. So many to 1 में आपको एक oval डालना है स्टूडेंट, एक oval and 1 के लिए ऐसे, ठीक है? जैसे 1 के लिए यहाँ ऐसे आ रहा था ना, so you have to like that, use like that. Then many to many, again many for this many, and then many के लिए हम ये use करें. ठीक है class? Please see to it, all of you. Please make it, all of you. अभी मैं आप लोग को एक ड्रॉ करके भी दिखाती हूँ. Okay. Done? Yes or no, student? Should I move ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Should I go back?
Ma'am, it's really nice to see you on campus.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, Pratna.
You're most welcome.
Wish I could have seen you all and we should have been there.
Jaldi ma'am होगा वो दिन
You
भी आए.
don't know with students, the college means पूरा एक जो कह रहे हैं ना माहौल ही अलग है, मतलब अच्छा नहीं लगता बिल्कुल. ये अभी इस फ्लोर का ये दिस इज द स्मॉलेस्ट वन, मींस ऑलमोस्ट मिड इससे भी एक बड़ा है, सेकंड और थर्ड एलएच. तो ऑल टुगेदर वी जस्ट रिमेंबर ऐसे पूरा आगे से हम लोग करते रहते थे. गोइंग बैक टू द स्टूडेंट्स एंड देन कमिंग बैक.
Ma'am, we will also come soon
हाँ,
someday.
obviously यार. So now finally these smart boards are here for in all the classrooms now. So we have started coming to the college and taking lectures. So that student can also have a feel of the college that this is our classroom. Virtually you can feel yourself. Okay, so last time we did like this. Student assigned courses and professor delivers the course. Okay, delivered by professor. So अगर ऐसे relationship है तो student assign courses, so one student assign many courses students, and then one course is delivered by one professor. One course delivered
Yes,
by
ma'am.
one professor. Obviously ना ये तो मैं पढ़ा रही हूँ, ये हर faculty मिलकर पढ़ाती है तो आप लोग भी confused हो जाते हैं. So it's like that. So student assign many courses, you are studying many courses, but you are delivered by one professor only. ठीक है, तो ये ऐसे इस टाइप से relationships तो आएंगे. तो ये आपका हो गया many to one. ठीक है, so one to many, and then this is one to one course delivered by professor. ठीक, अगेन आई विल जस्ट ड्रॉ इट. आप लोग ना ऐसे में देखोगे ना तो आपको ज्यादा समझ में नहीं आएगा. ये मैं आप लोग को स्लाइड दे दूंगी. आई विल जस्ट स्टाइलस एंड आई विल ड्रॉ इट फॉर यू. कैन यू सी इट स्टूडेंट? न्यू स्क्रीन, व्हाइट बोर्ड स्क्रीन.
No, ma'am.
Now
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
so for this student, I will just request that whenever you are making any of the ER diagram, please make it sure that you are writing the attribute beforehand. तो मैं बना रही हूँ अभी Amazon online. Hope it is visible to you students.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Online shopping. ऐसे questions आपको आएंगे. मैं आप लोगों को दिखाऊंगी. So for that, always make it sure that आप अपने notes में पहले ही आप देख. मैं बार-बार उधर देख रही हूँ कि students उधर बैठे. Okay. So make all the entities for students and then attributes उसके define करो. तो सबसे पहले Amazon online shopping जो हम यहाँ डायग्राम बना रहे हैं, तो उसमें आपको क्या लगता है क्या क्या entities होंगे? Tell me.
Product, customer,
Very good. ID. ID क्या हो गया?
I'm primary key.
ID, cust ID. और क्या होना चाहिए? Customer address. और क्या क्या डालते हो जब आप साइन अप करते हो एज अ कस्टमर ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग में? कॉन्टैक्ट. कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर. ओके. और क्या स्टूडेंट एनीथिंग एल्स? आईडी, ईमेल आईडी. फर्स्ट ईमेल आईडी. ओके. इतना है. Now, second entity student, this is the first entity. Second entity. बताओ क्या क्या होना चाहिए, क्या entity?
The product.
Yes, very good. ठीक है. second entity. ठीक है, उसके attributes OID underscore then product name और क्या आना चाहिए बताओ?
Price.
Yes, very good.
Product description.
Yes, very good. Specification or description, whatever you can write. Specification. And then quantity. Yes. So इसमें पता है ना how many quantities you are ordering. So quantity. Students, please, मैं आप लोगों को सजेस्ट करूंगी कि whenever you are making the KR diagram, तो ऐसे आप ना पहले एक अपने entity और उनके attributes सारे आप बना के रखो, ठीक है? And so it will become very much convenient for you to draw it immediately on the, ठीक है? इसके बाद हम एक और थर्ड बनाएंगे supplier. Right, supplier student? वैसे distributor का भी बना सकते थे supplier distributor, लेकिन अभी हम supplier, why supplier?
हम प्रोडक्ट तो सप्लायर ही शिप करेगा ना.
Very, very. So what is happening? Amazon online shopping में इसमें हम एक डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर का भी बना सकते हैं और सप्लायर का भी बना सकते हैं, या फिर जैसे आपकी डिलीवरी होती है प्रोडक्ट, तो डिलीवरी सिस्टम होती है उसके लिए भी. So when you see the products on Amazon, so you will see many of the products you will see that one product is given by many customers. जैसे होता है ना कि this product sold by XYZ Limited, ABC Limited, कोई भी 1 2 3 Limited, ऐसे करके बहुत सारे सप्लायर्स होते हैं. तो आप जस्ट चेकआउट करते हो, अच्छा ठीक है बेस्ट रिव्यूज किसके आ रहे हैं, इसके अकॉर्डिंगली आप सप्लायर सेलेक्ट करते हो एंड देन यू ऑर्डर योर प्रोडक्ट. तो सप्लायर से हमें कोई मतलब नहीं है, हमने सिर्फ प्रोडक्ट, हमने सिर्फ Amazon को बताया कि भाई हमारा तुम ऑर्डर ले, ठीक है? तो सप्लायर हो गया. सप्लायर में क्या हम कर सकते हैं? अगेन SYD name, okay, then you can have address और क्या हो सकता है? एड्रेस हो गया और क्या हो गया?
Supplier's phone number.
चीज और मैं बताऊंगी ड्राइंग पार्ट, ठीक है? ये इतना हम 3 एंटिटी से काम, अभी ये सबसे पहले वी विल स्टार्ट में फ्रॉम why we have made
For the primary key.
एंटिटी होता है. No, ma'am, we cannot hear.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So we will make, this is entity, so that is why we are making it in a rectangular form. Then have, अभी हम simple बना रहे हैं, customer order products, ठीक है? and then products supplied by
suppliers.
ठीक है, ये डायमंड आप लोग अच्छा बनाने में स्टाइलिश कुछ अच्छा बने, ठीक है। तो इज रियली हॉरिबल डायमंड। क्लास आप लोग अच्छे से बनाना प्लीज, इसके लिए मैं नहीं चाहती हूँ आप लोग मार्क्स, इसको ऑर्डर को नहीं हमें डालना है, बस 2/6 का है। तो अभी ये हो गया, अभी आप मुझे बताओ वन कस्टमर ऑर्डरिंग मेनी प्रोडक्ट्स और वन प्रोडक्ट।
Depends.
One,
Any product.
नहीं, अब बताओ वन कस्टमर ऑर्डरिंग एट ए टाइम, आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग
One product.
सोच के बताओ।
many products.
मेनी प्रोडक्ट, चाहे यहाँ पे एस रहे या ना रहे, आप अपने अकाउंट में देख लो स्टूडेंट्स, ऑर्डर स्टेटस में उसमें कितने सारे प्रोडक्ट्स है, एक प्रोडक्ट रहता है, एक प्रोडक्ट रहता है।
हमें डिपेंड्स ना कि एट सर्टेन पॉइंट्स हम लोग एक ही प्रोडक्ट ऑर्डर मारते हैं और कभी कभी हम लोग 2-3 मार लेते हैं साथ में।
हाँ, तो यही जहाँ पे आपको ये थोड़ा जनरलाइज अपना ये देखना पड़ेगा, ठीक है, कि कस्टमर जनरली प्रोडक्ट एक से ज्यादा ही ऑर्डर नहीं करेगा, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे आप ऐसे देखोगे कस्टमर ऑर्डर प्रोडक्ट, so you have to write it also when you are drawing the class, then you have to write it also। पहले कंडीशन से अगर हम देखें तो वन कस्टमर, क्यों हम यहाँ पे बोल रहे हैं, why we are doing it, because from one ID, one customer ID हमने बताया है ना, one customer ID ordering product, different product, ठीक है। तो हम इसको ऐसे कर सकते हैं, तो 1 to many। नाउ आपके जो प्रोडक्ट्स जो आपने ऑर्डर किए हैं, जो प्रोडक्ट ऑर्डर किए, तो वो सप्लायर मेनी सप्लायर सप्लाइड बाय मेनी सप्लायर, तो हम इसको कैसे कर सकते हैं 1 to ऑब्वियसली ना, अगर नहीं है तो देन हम 1 to 1 या many to 1, गॉट इट। तो ये एक 1 to many हो गया एंड 1 to many, so both the conditions you are putting 1 to many, 1 to many, 1 to many and 1 to many. Yes, somebody has asked question. Many to 1, Deepika, how many to 1? How many to 1? Deepika?
Ma'am, many products can be supplied by a single supplier.
ये देख लो, हमने बात कहा की है अमेज़न की। आप अभी अपने अमेज़न ऐप को खोलो, आप देखो कि एक प्रोडक्ट कितने सारे सप्लायर्स आपको प्रोवाइड कर,
बहुत सारे।
हाँ, ओके मैम।
सप्लायर हुआ सप्लाई, ठीक है ना। तो देखो वैसे भी आप देखते हो तो इसको वाइस वर्सा करोगे तो मैनी टू वन ही तो आ रहा है, लेकिन ये प्रोडक्ट की बात हम कर रहे हैं, वन प्रोडक्ट ऑर्डर्ड बाय मेनी सप्लायर, तो आप एक स्टोरी की तरह लिख देना लाइन बाय लाइन, वन कस्टमर ऑर्डरिंग मेनी प्रोडक्ट, ओके। सेकेंड केस इज योर, सेकेंड केस क्या आ रहा है, प्रोडक्ट वन प्रोडक्ट supplied by many suppliers, ठीक है क्लास। तो आप इस टाइप से इसको देख सकते हैं, गॉट इट। अब नाउ जो सेकेंड रिले कार्डिनैलिटी है उसके लिए हम देखते हैं। तो आपका 1 to many. So 1 to many कैसे ड्रॉ करना है आपको? 1 to many कैसे ड्रॉ करना है?
One single line and then 3 lines वो वाला.
ये ऐसे करके 1 to many. Got it? And then again यहाँ से ऑर्डरिंग हो रही है, ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे एक लाइन and then it is coming like 1 to many. ठीक है? 1 to many like this. Again here also 1 to many. ऐसे क्या? Many का है ना ये ऐसे, many ऐसे करना है आपको. 1 to 1 के लिए, 1 to 1 के लिए क्या करना है स्टूडेंट्स? 2 लाइन. 1 to many के लिए 1 line like this and then you have a tree like structure. ये many हो गया, ठीक है? And then many to many, 1 to many, so 1 यहाँ पे and then like this, this a tree like structure like, okay? And then many to many कैसे अपना? This, 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 ठीक है? तो आपको जो भी सही लगता है स्टूडेंट्स, आप उस हिसाब से अपने आप को whichever you find, 1 to many लिखना है, मेरे लिए दोनों सही है. जो भी लिखो अच्छे से लिखो, लॉजिकल. Got it? Got it class? एक और बनाए?
मैम
All of you had done this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
एक और ड्रॉ
Ma'am?
करते?
I
Yes.
have one question. Like you have drawn all the entities on the right hand side, do we also have to do that?
This is for your
Okay, ma'am.
convenience. ठीक है? आप whenever you are writing all the entities, it becomes very easy for you to draw it. अभी मैंने
Yes, ma'am.
attribute बनाया, attribute आप बनाना शुरू करोगे. ठीक है? तो ID okay, then you have customer, contact, ठीक है? अभी आप इसी में कॉन्टैक्ट नंबर्स, आपको अगर मल्टी वैल्यूड रखना है तो आप मल्टी वैल्यूड बना दो, ठीक है? कि एक से ज्यादा आपने किसी से लिया है. देन प्रोडक्ट का आगे प्रोडक्ट आईडी, नेम, and then you have this as your price. Again for your supplier now, supplier name. ठीक है? ऐसा बनाओ. और लेकिन आपको क्वेश्चन में रहेगा कि कुछ एट्रीब्यूट के मल्टी वैल्यूड के एट्रीब्यूट हो सकते हैं, तो अकॉर्डिंगली यू हैव टू. ओके ना?
Okay, ma'am.
So मैम क्वेश्चन में मेंशन रहेगा ना ये चीज कि मतलब ये सारे एट्रीब्यूट्स हैं, देन वी हैव टू जस्ट मतलब पता लगाना है कि उसमें एंटिटी कौन सा और एट्रीब्यूट कौन सा और ये डायग्राम बनाना है.
आपको पूरी चीजें रहेंगी, मेंशन रहेंगी, आपको बस अकॉर्डिंगली अपना दिमाग लगा के पूरा लिखना. इसीलिए क्लास प्लीज पहले से ध्यान रख लेना कि कुछ कस्टमर के एट्रीब्यूट, कुछ सप्लायर के एट्रीब्यूट, स्टूडेंट के एट्रीब्यूट एंड योर बैंक एट्रीब्यूट. अभी मैं बताती हूँ आपको टिकट रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम का किया है. ये रेस्टोरेंट का बनाओ, किसका बनाओ बताओ? कुछ भी आ सकता है. चलिए, ये हो गया था ना सबका स्टूडेंट. तो अब आप क्या बनाए स्टूडेंट बताओ? बताओ क्या बनाए? टिकट रिजर्वेशन, मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम या फिर क्या बनाए? रेलवे टिकट आप लोग क्लास में रहते थे, किसी को बुला के ड्रॉ करा। अब बताओ क्या क्या होना चाहिए रेलवे टिकट?
PNR नंबर।
और सबसे पहला तो आपका कस्टमर आ जाएगा, कॉस्टिंग कस्टमर को हम जनरेट करेंगे ना, पीएनआर
हाँ
नंबर।
हाँ हाँ, वही।
ठीक है, अभी कस्टमर में कस्ट आईडी, पीएनआर नंबर। अब देखो यहाँ पे फॉरेन की और प्राइमरी की कहा गया ना। अभी कस्टमर ऑब्वियसली व्हेन यू आर बुकिंग टिकट्स फ्रॉम योर प्रोफाइल, तो क्या करते हो आप पहले अपना साइन इन आईडी देते हो ना IRCTC के वेबसाइट पे। यस
यस मैम।
बुक द टिकट, देन योर PNR इज जनरेटेड। तो यहाँ पे बताओ क्या है हमारा प्राइमरी।
मैम बट देयर इज वन क्वेश्चन मैम, हर मतलब टिकटिंग बुकिंग सिस्टम में मैम जो लोग ऑफलाइन कराते हैं तो उनका तो कस्टमर आईडी नहीं होता होगा, उनका तो सिर्फ PNR नंबर होता है।
हम यहाँ पे क्या बोल रहे हैं, सिस्टम सिस्टम जहाँ है वहाँ इंफॉर्मेशन। मैंने कहीं भी मेंशन किया, ये बात हमेशा समझ लो। ER डायग्राम जब भी आपको मिलना है सिस्टम के फॉर्म में काम। आप लोग बोलोगे मैम क्या है इसका यूज, बहुत यूज है अभी प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो में व्हेन योर डेटा इज जनरेटिंग लाइक मशरूम लाइक एवरीवेयर। उसमें कहाँ कौन सा डेटा किस कंडीशन में है, कहाँ से है, क्या प्राइमरी है क्या सेकेंडरी है, समझना बहुत मुश्किल है। तो फॉर मेकिंग द थिंग मोर प्रेजेंटेबल ER डायग्राम यूज, तो जो भी चीज है हम सिस्टम के अकॉर्डिंग देख रहे हैं। हम यहाँ पे कुछ भी ऑफलाइन चीज को नहीं देख रहे।
Okay, ma'am.
टिकट बुकिंग सिस्टम की बात हम कर रहे हैं। तो वॉट एवर बीइंग जनरेटेड द डेटा विच इज गेटिंग। ओके गॉट इट। तो
Yes.
अभी आप इसको कस्टमर आईडी को बनाओगे या PNR नंबर को बताओगे। ठीक है, PNR नंबर हमारा सिंपल एक्टिव working as a foreign, then your customer name, एड्रेस, आजकल आधार भी डिटेल मांगते हैं वो लोग, आधार डिटेल। अभी देखो यहाँ पे एक और आपका आईडी आ गया और की आ गया, क्या यहाँ पे आ गया। तो लाइक दैट यू हैव टू जस्ट चेक। हम इतना भी नहीं कर अभी बताओ इसका क्या हो जाएगा। दूसरा आईडी क्या होगा, एंटिटी सॉरी, व्हाट इज गोइंग टू बी द सेकंड एंटिटी। कस्टमर बुक्स टिकट फ्रॉम, कस्टमर बुक्स टिकट। अभी देख लो बच्चों, तो आप लोग को ध्यान रखना। Customer books ticket, where are they booking the tickets? Where are they booking the tickets? Second entity क्या होगी,
IRCTC
वेबसाइट। आपका सेकेंड एंटिटी एक तो कस्टमर हो गया, दिस इज माय कॉस्ट। नाउ सेकेंड इज गोइंग टू बी योर, या फिर इसको ये नहीं लिखना तो ऑनलाइन
IRCTC ऑनलाइन
रिजर्वेशन।
मैम काउंटर पे भी ले सकते हैं।
सिस्टम की बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ। एनीथिंग जस्ट वी आर डूइंग बी डन ऑन द सिस्टम। अभी आज होमवर्क दूंगी आप लोग को, जोमेटो ऑर्डरिंग सिस्टम का बना के लाए। ठीक है, तो ऑनलाइन रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम हम अभी देखते हैं, बनाना शुरू करते हैं इसको। तो कस्टमर बुक्स, इसको ऐसे भी कर, एक एंटिटी हम यहाँ टिकट का बुक, टिकट, टिकट generated by दिखेगा।
मैम सो इन दिस केस टिकट जो एंटिटी है उसके अंदर पीएनआर नंबर आ जाएगा, डेस्टिनेशन आ जाएगा, टू फ्रॉम जिसको बोलते हैं वो आ जाएगा।
यही जो पीएनआर है ना, ये यहाँ की प्राइमरी, यहाँ पे ये
हाँ,
फॉरेन,
ठीक है।
ठीक है। तो कस्टमर का आपको कस्टमर आईडी,
मैम एग्जाम में ऐसा ही क्या डायग्राम ड्रॉ करने देगा किसी चीज का, मतलब एट्रीब्यूट्स देके बोलेगा कि ड्रॉ करो?
तो और क्या करेंगे यार, डायग्राम करना ही, ड्रॉ ही करना है ना आपको।
हाँ मैम, हाँ।
एट्रीब्यूट थोड़ी ना देंगे, वो तो खुद ही बनाना पड़ेगा ना।
हाँ, एट्रीब्यूट्स आपको खुद से बनाना है। Yes, class. Seriously, that's why I'm just telling you that before the exam, just prepare जो बेसिक है ना, उसके सबसे आप कुछ एट्रीब्यूट्स तैयार करके रखो। इसमें पढ़ाई यही कर, तो थ्योरी आपको याद नहीं। इसमें आप देखो, देयर इज एन नंबर ऑफ ER डायग्राम्स अवेलेबल। आप देखो ना, जो मैट्रो सिस्टम का आपको मैं बोली हूँ ना, बना के ना। नेक्स्ट होमवर्क है, होमवर्क फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू इज ड्रॉ एन ER डायग्राम for Zomato food ordering, सिंपल वाला बना, ठीक है। अभी देखो, अब हम थोड़ा सा रिलेशनशिप कार्डिनलिटी पे बात करते हैं, एट्रीब्यूट्स को आप लोग लगाएंगे। कस्टमर बुक टिकट, am I audible?
यस मैम।
हाँ, ठीक है। So your customer is ordering ticket. Many customer ordering many tickets, or one customer ordering many tickets, or one customer one ticket at a time.
वन टू मैनी।
One
मेनी टू
वन टू वन भी हो सकता है।
1 to 1 आप एक बार में एक ही टिकट बुक करते हो ना?
हमारे घर वालों को भी घूमना है मैम।
अरे तो एक ही साथ टिकट बुक करते हो ना, कि अलग अलग बुकिंग करते हो सबके लिए?
मैम बट ऑनलाइन टिकट बुकिंग सिस्टम जब होता है, इससे जब स्लॉट खुलता है 10 बजे वाला, तब तो उस समय तो मेनी कस्टमर्स मेनी टिकट्स बुक करते हैं।
ये यहाँ पे आएगा ना, जनरेटेड बाय, ये तो रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम के लिए ना, नहीं हो गया तुम्हारे लिए तो टिकट एक ही ना। अभी किसने ये बात बोली कि घर वालों को भी साथ लेके जाएंगे?
मैम मैंने बोला मैम, क्योंकि एक कस्टमर 3-4 टिकट बुक करता है ना।
तो एक ही
मैम बट फिर अगर if this is the case, when we order something from Amazon, हम order तो एक ही place करते हैं, but उसमें number of items are a lot और number of items will be one.
आप एक बात बताओ, जिसने ये क्वेश्चन पूछा, अभी नाम नहीं देख पा रही हूँ, who said अभी हम आपकी पूरी फैमिली आपकी जा रही थी, तो सबके लिए क्या अलग अलग PNR नंबर रहते हैं क्या? Just tell me one.
नहीं मैम, PNR नंबर तो एक ही रहता है।
फिर आप एक बार में तो एक ही बुकिंग करते हो ना। आप टिकट भले ही 2-4 बुक कर लो, आपके मम्मी हुए, पापा हुए, भाई हुए, बहन के 10 कर लो, हार्डली मैटर्स। लेकिन PNR तो अगर एक बार में आप बुकिंग करते हो तो एक ही टिकट जनरेट होके आती है ना। मेरा कहने का मतलब ये है,
मैम तो यहाँ पे हम लोग अपना इंडिविजुअल सोच रहे हैं, हम लोग मतलब पूरा मार्केट का नहीं सोच रहे हैं, हम लोग इंडिविजुअल सोच रहे हैं कि मैं एक टिकट बुक किया हूँ।
मार्केट का भी सोचना है, ये चीज अभी यहाँ पे आएगी तो पूरी मार्केट की बात हम करेंगे। ये जो टिकट है आपकी, ये वाली टिकट, आप ये सोचो ना, अगर हम यहाँ पे बात कर देंगे कि आप फॉर मेनी कस्टमर, अच्छा ठीक है, आप लोगों का क्वेश्चन आ रहा है कि नहीं मेनी कस्टमर्स बुकिंग मेनी टिकट, तो मेनी कस्टमर्स बुकिंग मेनी टिकट, बट वन एट ए टाइम एक ही बार। अभी आप एक मुझे बात बताओ, व्हाई टू पीपल आर नॉट जनरेटेड टू PNR numbers at the same time?
Ticket ID is same, that's all.
Yes, Pallav. So because the IT, अभी आप एक साथ मान लो हम सबको घूमने जाना है, तो हम लोग सब बुकिंग करना है एक ही टाइम पे स्टार्ट करेंगे, बट द थिंग इज सेम जगह पे हम बुकिंग कर रहे हैं अभी, लेकिन ऑल ऑफ अस विल बी जनरेटेड डिफरेंट PNR numbers. Getting my point? Okay. So like अच्छा, यही अगर मैं एयरलाइन रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम की बात करूँ तो यहाँ पे क्या चीज था इस टाइम एयरलाइन रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम का?
वन पर्सन मैम, उस पे हर एक बंदे का डिफरेंट, लाइक देयर इज नो PNR बट देयर इज डिफरेंट आईडी, एवरी पर्सन हैज अ डिफरेंट आईडी।
वहाँ पे आपकी जो प्रॉब्लम होगी कस्टमर बुक टिकट, तो वहाँ पे आपको वन टू मेनी आए, बट नॉट फॉर योर रेलवे टिकट। और माय पॉइंट, अभी जब आप प्रिंट आउट भी निकालते हो या फिर नाउ तो कैन योर मैसेज सिस्टम ऑल्सो, तो मैसेज एक ही आती है ना, लेकिन अगर वही चीज आप जो फ्लाइट से चाहते हो तो सारे जितने भी आपके साथ जो भी फैमिली मेंबर्स हैं सबके इस पे आता है अलग अलग बोर्डिंग पासेस की नहीं आता?
यस मैम।
यस मैम।
Yes, ma'am.
डिफरेंस पता चला अभी? ठीक है, तो ये आपका टिकट, अभी ये तो बहुत सारे टिकट, बहुत सारे कस्टमर का टिकट जनरेटेड बाय, अभी यहाँ पे बताओ ये कौन सा आएगा, वन टू मेनी या मेनी टू वन या वन टू वन? Yes,
Which one, ma'am?
this one ticket online reservation.
Ma'am, many to one.
Many to
One.
One.
Ma'am.
because reservation system is only, तो ऑनलाइन रिजर्व, अभी तो शाम तुम्हारी बात, ये हम पूरे के लिए कर रहे हैं, वन रिजर्वेशन सिस्टम इज जनरेटिंग मेनी,
हाँ यस मैम।
लेकिन एक कस्टमर की जब हम बात करते हैं तो कस्टमर एक बार में एक
ओके मैम।
ठीक है, सबने किया? चलो we will start with the presentation now and please be prepared with your this thing laptops, MS Access भी स्टार्ट करेंगे अगेन, उसमें भी आप लोग को मजा आएगा। वेरी सिंपल, डेटाबेस बनाना, टेबल बनाना, फॉर्म बनाना, कितने क्रिएटिव को अच्छा लगे, उसी पे फिर मैं एक प्रोजेक्ट दूँ और एक क्विज होगा नेक्स्ट वीक ऑन DTM। So which group will be the first one?
And we can go first. Group
Yes,
number-
ma'am.
Shall we present, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, Matthew, Pratna, ready?
Yes, ready.
Yeah. I hope my screen is visible. Uh,
This is group 3 now.
Yes, ma'am.
Who else are there in your group? Gitansh?
Pratna, do one thing now. Can you please share? My Zoom is crashing here while sharing. Or any one of you, please.
Prashant, are you able to share?
My Zoom is crashing. Like I cannot share here. It's what's happening. I don't know.
I'll share.
Yeah, please, yeah, please. Yeah.
It's visible?
So, yeah. Yeah. So, good morning, everyone. Firstly, we would like to thank ma'am for providing us this opportunity to present in front of you. And our topic is basically of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So, firstly, let's see the team. So, the team consists of 6 members, and these are the names: Shushan, Matthew, Gitansh, Akriti, Pratna, and Amruta. Now, what exactly is artificial intelligence? When we say artificial intelligence, it consists of 2 words. One is artificial, second is intelligence. Where artificial means something which is man-made, and intelligence means thinking power. So together we can say artificial intelligence is a man-made thinking power. Now, in artificial intelligence, we give machines the brain to think like a human. In artificial intelligence is a simulation of human intelligence by machines or by robots. When I say simulation of human intelligence, I mean the machines can act rationally, can solve problems like human beings, and in fact can depict the natures of human beings. The real life examples of artificial intelligence can be: number one, the smart cars. When I say smart cars, I mean the features of Tesla autopilot. In this feature, the car can depict what kind of obstacles are in front of that car, and that car can can act accordingly. By meaning of act accordingly is the car can itself stop stop the journey and can save from the crashes. Secondly, what I can say is about personalized online shopping. When I say personalized online shopping, the best example I could give is about Amazon's recommendation. What happens is when I buy a particular product, Amazon's the recommendation system uses this AI technology and sends me recommendation about products that are similar to what I have bought. For example, if I buy an iPhone, the recommendation system of Amazon uses this algorithms of artificial intelligence and sends me the recommendation of say a back cover or a screen guard that is related to my product. So this is all about artificial intelligence. Now moving on to machine learning. When I say machine learning is a subfield of artificial intelligence. What does this mean? Artificial intelligence is a much broader concept which consists of machine learning. So machine learning is what? Machine learning is those algorithms which enables the computers to learn from the data and the previous experiences without being programmed explicitly. Now, machine learning has 3 major categories. So we must know what these 3 major categories are. The 3 major categories are: number one, supervised learning. When I say supervised learning, I mean we as users give the machine a particular data sets which is particularly labeled. Now what machine does is the the machine uses this labeled data set and predict the outcome. This is known as supervised learning, where the user is providing the input to the machine. In unsupervised learning, the user does nothing. The user does not provide machine any particular labeled data set. The machine itself, through experience, through past experience, uses its algorithms, uses its interpretation power, and depict the outcome of that particular problem. When I say coming down to reinforcement learning, this is a type of learning which the name itself says reinforcement, meaning what? It means the outcomes of a particular problem is based on the feedback. When I say feedback, I mean there are two types of feedback. One is a positive feedback and other is a negative feedback. When a machine performs a task, there is a feedback attached to that task. If the task is correct, the machine will get a positive feedback. If the task is wrong, the machine will get a negative feedback. Now, what that machine will do is, in near future, the machine will continue doing that actions for which it has got a positive feedback, and will eliminate those actions which it has got a negative feedback. The examples that I give for machine learning is the best example, that is the email, the Google spam filter. What does this mean? When a particular email, you all have seen, when a particular email arrives in your mailbox, Google itself sometimes marks that particular mail into a spam folder. Now that email may not be a spam for you. So what you do is, there is an option of mark not as spam. When you click that, it sends a feedback to the machine, and this is a negative feedback. The machine says, oh, I was wrong, I should not have marked that email as spam. So what it does this, in near future, the machine won't mark that mail as a spam. So this is an example, a perfect example of reinforcement learning, wherein the machine is getting a negative feedback and the machine is acting accordingly. Secondly, speech recognition. Everyone, you must have used, say, Siri, I guess, or Alexa. In that case, what happens is sometimes they do not recognize your speech. This happens basically in the first few days or a few months time, wherein the machine is new, and machine cannot gather all the tone, the speech that you speak. But in near future, the machine gets addicted to your voice, and the machine can recognize your voice easily. This is an example of machine learning, wherein the machine is itself learning from the experience that it had in the past. The third example can be image recognition. When we click a picture, there's a Google, there is a software in Google wherein when you click a picture, that picture will say whether it is a dog or a cat or a human being. How this does is, how it happens is, it happens because of machine learning. Because firstly, when you click in the past, when you have clicked that picture, you must have given a feedback to that machine that, okay, this is not a cat, this is a dog, and the attributes of a dog is this and this. This is a type of supervised learning, wherein you have given an input, machine, this is a dog and this is a feature of the dog. Secondly, when you click a photo, the machine will has that data with its own self. The machine will look into the data, okay, the attributes are matching, and it will give the feedback, that is outcome, that okay, this is a dog. So this is what is known as machine learning. Now let's dig deep into the applications of machine AI and ML. Over to you, Matthew.
Thank you, Sushant. Okay, so applications have been divided into three broad categories. One is applications in business, applications in e-commerce, applications in finance, and then finally we have other categories. So when we look at help desks, whenever we visit a website, we find that there is automatically a chat box that has been opened, and we can ask queries about the website. And the best example of this is the Zomato chatbot, wherein whenever we have a problem with a particular order, we are not chatting with an actual human being. It is actually a bot. And we can use this without any human interaction and even get the entire amount or the amount of that particular dish refunded in case we have a problem. Coming to customer segmentation, it's a very powerful tool in the machine learning process. So it's very tedious to divide customers into groups manually when the data set is too big. And therefore we use clustering algorithms and we segment them into customer segments based on specific criteria, for example, browsing history or internet activity. And this is a very personalized campaign, and it is a lot more effective than traditional campaigns. Coming to market research, artificial intelligence will try to connect the customer behavior with the business marketing. So the business may evaluate more precisely, and it is again better than the traditional market research. Dynamic pricing. This is a strategy again of e-commerce as well as business, of a product or an item based on the interest level that the target customer is showing through the use of big data. And artificial intelligence can search for patterns on the customer's behavior, and then it can take appropriate actions or reactions to maybe give attractive discounts. Coming to cybersecurity, cyber defense is something that is one of the main applications of artificial intelligence. And there are numerous sophisticated tools that are available for cybersecurity breaches. Now, using machine learning, it is easy to remove these data breaches and malicious activities. So what AI can deliver is real-time threat detection that is harder for actual humans to sit and analyze. And they are able to identify anomalies in the system and report it immediately. Now we come to business recommendations. This is one of the most interesting and the most widespread use of artificial intelligence and machine learning so far. And it is an automated engine, and it is basically the equivalent of a shop counter boy. You may ask the shop boy for a particular product, and he will not only give you that product, but he will also show you and tell you about related products as well. Coming to data management. Data management, in simple terms, is data that can be analyzed and made into meaningful information. And we get a better insight into the data, and it can be analyzed properly. It is not just a mismatch of data. It is proper information with which a company can make decisions. And what it can also do is it can detect offensive content, for example, from social media websites. Recruiting automation. Now, this helps in the HR part of the business, wherein in case a wrong candidate is hired, it may cost the company millions of dollars in revenue. And using artificial intelligence, what they do is they reduce the operational burden of the recruiting process. They are able to take decisions faster by attributing certain qualities of the required job and matching it with the qualities of that particular individual. Ad targeting. AI will collect and compile user data and show contextualized ads. They will show ads based on what the user is searching for. So for example, when you search for a product on Amazon, you automatically start seeing ads for that very same product on other websites as well. This is what ad targeting is all about. Now, image classification, like Sushant mentioned, it is a learning process, and this is where the supervised and unsupervised techniques come into play. So they take certain images and they are categorized into predefined categories. So for example, certain categories can be social media tagging or medical. It could be medical image related. It could be 3D designs and so on and so forth. Then we have trend prediction. When all the data is checked and compiled once, and artificial intelligence can predict trends in the data, and it is able to give us a logical solution that is beneficial for business. And finally, we have speech recognition, which is basically word to text. And the best example of this is what we use in our smartphones on a day-to-day basis. It identifies our voice, and our Google Assistant, for example, or Siri or Alexa or Bixby, these assistants are able to be programmed to our specific voice and respond to only our specific voice and translate speech to text. Moving on to applications in e-commerce. Chatbots, for example, use both machine learning algorithms to understand customer requests and respond appropriately. And they will definitely be able to do it a lot faster than an actual human being and at a much lower cost as well. So what it can do is it can even help employees serve customers better. So this is involving human intervention as well. So what it does is it is able to recommend and give workers suggestions as they are tending to the customers. So it can propose the next best action, or it can show what is the next best decision to take for the future, or how to present a certain opinion. Fraud prevention will rely on past experiences of customers and detect trend anomalies. So the decision to accept or reject a payment lies entirely with the AI program. And now I would like to hand it over to Gitansh to further continue.
Thank you, Matthew. So starting over from where Matthew left, so the third one is personalization. Mainly, it aims to deliver the optimal customer experience which a customer requires. It targets specifically that individual needs instead of grouping it with many people and making in broader categories. So next is smarter supply chains. Organizations across industries are using these smarter supply chains. They are using machine learning algorithms to forecast what will be needed and at optimal time to move supplies. It helps in creating more efficient, cost-effective supply chains by minimizing and even possibly eliminating overstocking and the risk of running short in demand products. Now, moving on to quality control. By adding quality control softwares with deep learning capabilities to improve the speed and accuracy of their quality control functions while keeping cost in check. These systems are delivering a more precise and ever improving quality assurance functions as deep learning models creates their own rules to determine what defines quality. So in contextual understanding, businesses are also using AI for contextual understanding. AI is used in processing data about what driving behavior to predict whether it is low or high risk. For an example, if we take a person is driving a car at 100 km/h on a highway, which is not risky, but if he is driving that in urban neighborhood, it is risky. So intelligence is needed to understand and report when and where fast driving is risky or not risky, or it is acceptable or not acceptable. So moving on to the next slide, artificial intelligence in finance. So artificial intelligence in finance plays a very big role. Like the first one is finance. First one is trade automations. Using AI robo advisors analyze millions of data points and execute trades at optimal price, analyze forecast markets with greater accuracy, and trading firms efficiently mitigate risk to provide for higher returns. Then the next is risk management. As in every business there is risk, machine learning allows handling and analyzing unstructured data, thus saving time and money for the banks and financial service companies. AI in banking risk management can lower operational, regulatory, and compliance costs and provide reliable credit scoring for credit decision makers. Next is financial advisors. The application of artificial intelligence and machine learning in finance are myriad. It is countless. Traders, wealth managers, insurers, and bankers are likely well aware of this artificial intelligence softwares in one or the other form. The next is credit decisions. The application of AI in credit decisions, where transforming data is essential. It has helped banks in harnessing the underutilized data with proprietary alternative data to provide powerful and actionable insights for credit decisioning. So moving on to the next slide, I'll hand it over to Matthew again for AI applications of other sectors.
Thank you, Gitansh. So we decided to include this one sector, other sectors rather, that would compile of 4 major components: education, healthcare, transport, and smart cities. When we talk about AI in education is able to analyze what students prefer, what they would like to study, and offer them those precise programs to be able to develop their particular skills. And the best example of a company using AI in today's day and age is Byju's. This is basically offering tailor-made services to the children for the exact subjects that they wish to pursue. Coming to healthcare, AI in healthcare mainly has to do with robotics and robotic surgery. This is something that is in a very infant stage right now, but it is a very, very highly developing sector. This is able to, AI robots, for example, in operations will be able to be a lot more precise than the human hand. So when there are very, very intricate operations, it can be technically performed by a robot, but this is still in the process of being developed. When we talk about transportation, just like the example that Sushant gave about Tesla and level 3 autonomous driving, wherein a car is able to get you from point A to point B without any human intervention. And this is legal and illegal in certain states, and it depends on the state laws set by that government. And coming to smart cities, finally, a smart city is able to optimally use its resources using artificial intelligence. So the AI is able to predict how much cost should be spent on infrastructure and other sectors. So the city is able to be at its efficient, it's at its most efficient. And Gitansh will now further explain to you on revenue generation.
Thank you, Matthew. So machine learning is required for making few key decisions in areas such as increased customer acquisition, intelligent automation, and lowered cost of operations. Now talking about the impact on revenue generations, sales organizations are using these algorithms to improve their sales performance. By using these algorithms, the basics of accounts and lead prioritization and qualification, recommending the content or sales action that will lead to success, and reallocating sales resources to places that can have the most impact. Now, marketers know that investing in artificial intelligence is required as moving forward, as the technology is moving forward. So they have invested their massive amount in media, content, goods, and digital platforms to maximize their efficiency in the markets. AI is opening new frontiers in customer experience and success by applying it. By using these customer experiences which they are providing by using AI, they have enormously increased their revenue, as the people are very happy with the customer experience which the organizations are providing. 90% of organizations are using this AI to improve their customer journeys, revolutionize how they interact with customers, and deliver them the most compelling experiences which they can provide. So thank you from my side, and I'll hand it over to Akriti from here.
So thank you so much, Gitansh. Now let's come on market scenario of artificial intelligence and machine learning. The global artificial intelligence market was valued at $27.3 billion in 2020, whereas the machine learning market is valued at $11.33 billion in 2020. The continuous research and innovation directed by technical giants are driving the adoptions of advanced technologies in industries vertical. However, the technology has always been an essential element for these industries, but artificial intelligence has brought technology to the centers of the organizations. But this pandemic has emerged an opportunity. It's a great opportunity for artificial intelligence enabled computer systems to fight against epidemic as well as epidemics, as several technical giants and startups are working on preventing, mitigating, and containing the viruses. So now, if we segment it on the basis of industry verticals, AI has played a major role in healthcare sectors, IT and telecom sectors, manufacturing sectors by solving their problems like a human interference in solving the problems. On the basis of machine learning, it is how computers learn data and even improve in a better versions of themselves, which plays a key role in financial services, advertising and media and so on. This basically helps to capture largest market share and to expand its business in a more analytical form. Now let's come to the market scenario on the basis of region. Next slide. North American region contributed for the highest artificial intelligence market for over 40% share of global revenue in 2020. With an increasing in investment in artificial intelligence technologies and with a growing need for analyzing and interpreting large amount of data, Asia Pacific region is also forcing itself hard to be in the race of competitions and in assuming a compound annual growth rate of 59.4% during 2018 to 2025. Over to you, Pratna.
Thank you, Akriti. So we will now be looking at the trends and drivers which drive both artificial intelligence and the machine learning market. So for artificial intelligence, we have seen that there's a rapid increase in the integration of artificial intelligence with cloud computing. And we are now seeing that the BFSI segment in particular has taken a rapid adoption of AI for their operational functionality. Furthermore, we see that there is, there's a huge deployment of investment in the AI sector. So that enables startups, that enables tech giants to set up more and more data centers all across the world. And, they are more investing towards the technology, how they can develop it. So that is a current, driver of the industry. The outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic also led to, artificial intelligence to be on the rise. That being the reason, everyone was bound to their homes and everyone wanted to have the human element. AI enabled that to do. AI certainly enabled that for everyone sitting at home. And then now looking at the trends and drivers for machine learning, we are seeing that since there is a substantial investment in AI technology, machine learning being the subset of the field also sees a substantial growth. We see that there's a rise of focus between the players on developing self-driving cars. We see that mostly machine learning is having a huge integration with analytics driven solutions. There is a rapid advancement in deep learning. We will further to which we will be looking at who are the key players in the industry. So we know that Alphabet, Microsoft, Nvidia, Baidu, IBM, and Apple, they are focusing more towards artificial intelligence, whereas companies like Amazon Web Services, SAP, Intel, Hewlett Packard, BigML, Google, and SAS, they are focusing more on machine learning technologies. Because their clients have a requirement, also because they want to have an internal development. Amazon Web Services certainly has an internal development, huge internal development in machine learning. Can we have the next slide, please? Okay, so now we will be looking at the future growth of artificial intelligence in India. AI ecosystem in India is based on 5 pillars: universities, large MNCs, startups, policymakers, and multi-stakeholder partnerships. The government of India, since we have a large working force, we would like to include AI, all the necessary subjects to learn AI right in the curriculum, so that these students further rise, they go to appropriate institutions and develop the technology even better, competing the entire world. Large MNCs. So large MNCs like Google, like Microsoft, they are all under the national policy, they are all encouraged to set up their data centers right here in India, giving Indian students more opportunity, and Indian students will be able to learn the technology. Startups in India are also growing. They also contribute to the artificial intelligence market. We would be looking at companies like Google, like Microsoft. They are trying to achieve the government's need for computing and machine learning. So in the rush to win these contracts, they are somehow forced to set up their companies right here in India. That would enable not only the Indian market, but it would enable Asia Pacific as a whole to emerge as a developing power. So AI, as of right now, it is estimated to add up to $957 billion to the Indian economy by 2035. So we would now be looking at what are the prospects of AI in India. The prospects, as we see, is digital assistants are encouraged to be used in large organizations, wherein they eliminate the human resource element. It would be more digital assistant based. We look at organizations can use AI to make machines take decision much faster than humans can perform. AI powers several inventions that will help humans overcome the maturity of the complex issues. We know for a fact that AI, being a rapid and rising technology, is bringing a dramatic shift in the a world of technology where it can be applied for more productive and success in order to simplify the system from just our cell phones to diagnosing diseases. And in order to solve social problems, Indian startups are growing and developing technology in education, health, finance, services, and other fields. AI has the ability to spur growth and cement India's place as a large leader in the market. However, to achieve that end, the country must look to leverage its capabilities and successfully plot a strategic course. Among the current leaders in AI, very few display high levels of competence, and India must join, to realize its full potential. Now I would like Amrita to explain the further slides.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pradhana. So now let's talk about how artificial intelligence and machine learning will shape in the future and how it will be look like 20 years or 10 years or 20 years from now. The first is medical diagnosis. The future in a healthcare is a prominent in this in the years. Researchers are working on a early detection of a diseases with much more accuracy based on the parameter like lifestyle and other relevant data. In the future, we expect more advancement in psychological part as well. We will identify the traits and warnings in early stages. So now imagine being able to cure diseases before even getting the hints. So that's what researchers are aiming for. The second is a shopping with artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is also going to change your experience of shopping. Like Amazon is already working to make the physical shopping even less hassle than the online. So this is only possible with the help of artificial technology. So online shopping algorithms are extremely common in these days because in the company use artificial intelligence to suggest the perfect product to the shoppers and to make sure that the product stock back into the warehouse again. The next interesting thing is that the photograph can become purchased. So have you ever clicked the pictures of the product so that you can look for something similar in the store? Like Amazon as a giant e-commerce platform has already incorporated with the usual search option on its mobile application. So all you need to do just take a photo of the product and it will show you something very similar or identical products, and you can buy right away with just a photograph. So next is running a business. So running a business with the artificial intelligence is going to be the more simpler. So in coming decades, the world best CEOs might be robots. If the management is a process of noticing and properly assigning the targets, so the artificial intelligence might be able to do in a better manner. So there is another theory that artificial intelligence maybe make a people so capable of organizing their own that managers will become less important and one can run their business with just the technology. The next is robotics manufacturing. The implementation of artificial intelligence in industrial robotics will help to manufacture the product with the precision and maintain the consistency. So the robots can work continuously without getting tired. And the best part is they don't even ask for a leave. The most suitable example is Siri and Alexa. So the artificial intelligence in these devices only execute the tasks as they demanded by the owner. And this type of artificial intelligence is used in those robots who perform their task on their own. They do not need any supervision as once they program to do the task. The next is a financial service. So using artificial intelligence application, managing finance and risk detection would be a piece of cake. So to understand layman language, you will able to do your taxes without even lifting a pen. The fraud detections and trading become a lot more easier and accessible. The best example is a 5paisa app or a Share Khan trading app. Can you please change the slide? Yeah, thank you. So now we see the future aspects of machine learning. Now the artificial intelligence might design the perfect defensive formation, but the human players enacting that plan have to have the necessary skill. So here the modern machine learning algorithm can help us. Using modern machine learning, we can predict which players perform better at which position, and these sports analytics help to improve the performance of winning performance as well as the winning opportunity. The next is not just the machine learning could also change the world of pain. So now the technology can save the incredible time. The machine learning face recognition algorithm will soon be quick enough and cheap enough to support the million of transactions per day. Also, the machine learning teach a computer to recognize more than a faces. For example, Wells Fargo and other are planned to secure some financial transaction with the equally advanced biometric analysis for users' voice. Next is agriculture. So machine learning in agriculture used to improve the productivity and the quality of the crops. The farmers are analyze their data from the machine, from the field, also even from the satellite imagery to help to be more efficient and accurate with using their natural resources like water, soil, and fuel. The last is a cyber security. So with the machine learning, cyber security system can analyze the pattern and learn from them to help the prevent the similar attacks and responded to changing the behavior. So it can help cyber security team to be more proactive and preventing the threats and responding to active the attacks in a real time. So these are the future aspects. Thank you so much.
Must say, Prince was really very, very comprehensive and exhaustive presentation. Section Q, you are making remarkable point in this. Last week also, blockchain वाला जो आपका presentation था, that was too exhaustive. And again, AI/ML. Yes, rest of the class, don't you think it was a complete session on AI/ML? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so really it was a complete. अगर और देती आप लोग को time तो शायद आप लोग 1 घंटे 15 मिनट का session ही ले. It was like that. Very good presentation by Sushant. Matthew, I'm really impressed the way you have explained. I'm impressed by all of you, but the way Matthew has given the pura inbuilt and the functionality of AI/ML was really good. So really happy for you and
Thank you, ma'am.
congratulate you for that. Just one thing, the technology already have discussed all of this. I'm just going to ask you one thing. Like as this has been said, and this is a myth or say which is very much trending in today's market, that AI/ML is going to take away the jobs of the managers, which now Amruta has also mentioned. So how much you agree with this statement?
I would like to say a point on this. I guess we all must have watched a movie known as Robot or Robot 2.0. In that movie, you must have seen that how a robot uses, it perfectly depicts human being. So what it does is it causes harm to human being in its own self. So if I I link that particular movie, I know it is hypothetical today, but it may become relevant in say 20 years or 30 years down the line, because this is a sector wherein we are moving at a very high pace. Everything that today we are doing is involving some sort of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, the question that ma'am said, will those machines will be eating our jobs? I'll say maybe yes, because this is a threat. See, we are moving in technology, that is a very good thing, but we have to use our own brain. A human brain can have immense power in itself. So a human must know how to program a robot and when to stop things happening against it. So if
Sorry,
this
Sushant,
thing,
let me just present a few facts while we are at the subject. I'm sorry, ma'am, that I'm interrupting. Ma'am, the government of India and governments all around the world, they are trying to include subjects which pertain to the development of AI right from the beginning of the curriculum. So they are encouraging students to take up subjects like math, physics. They want them to take at a very initial stage wherein they learn what the technology is right from the beginning. Today's kids are much more tech savvy than we are. And if we are to use their fullest capability, we need to do this. We need to teach them what AI is right from the beginning. When these students go to IITs and IIMs and all these prestigious institutes, they are able to bring out much more better technology. And even those students who are not able to reach those heights, even though they have the subject knowledge, they will be able to find jobs in other fields. Data analytics is a rising field, and students right now, they are having immense jobs. So students are moving towards the sector. We need more awareness in terms of students knowing what the subject is, and they need to be encouraged to take this as a subject as a career opportunity. So no, it would not take jobs away.
Okay, any other views on this?
Ma'am, I just want to add a point, like ma'am, partially वो job ले सकता है, but fully artificial intelligence job नहीं ले सकता, because artificial intelligence और machine learning के part को भी चलाने के लिए, उसको उस point पे बनाने के लिए भी तो humans चाहिए कहीं ना कहीं, उसको workout करवाने के लिए. तो ये कह सकते हैं कि हाँ partially ले सकता है, but not fully. Like it's not 80%, 80:20. It would be 50-50 according to me.
Yes, rest of the class, anyone?
Ma'am, actually I want to say, ma'am, it can't
It can't replace.
They are behind making these.
None of you are answering. I am opening this question to the entire class. Anybody wants to give their views on this? Gitansh, we are telling something after this.
Ma'am, I was saying that we can't say it can replace the whole thing, because manpower is somewhat also required in creating these technologies and making how it works. So we can't replace it, but yeah, at a few extent we can reduce the manpower by using all these AI technologies.
Okay. Anybody else throwing the questions to the entire class?
According to a data, 60 million jobs were lost due to AI and this machine learning in America alone. So we can have an idea that if it comes to fully activated or used in India, so that it can create a greater impact on losing jobs.
Okay. Anyone else? 1 point, everyone is. That's why I'm just open this question. Yes, Matthew?
Ma'am, I think labor-intensive jobs and jobs on the manufacturing line can be replaced by AI and robotics, because robots are obviously more powerful than humans, but there is no replacement for humans and people, and there is no replacement for the human brain, in short.
So the thing is that which you have studied, more structured kind of a job, which are meant, means which you all have studied earlier also, those jobs have some, because if you have seen the video of Amazon Go, आप लोगों ने देखा video पे Amazon Go, YouTube पे video in New York में शायद उसका store है. Just go through it.
When you enter the store, buy, take whatever you want and just leave, the bill is generated much quicker.
Nobody, means from the cashier point, security point, none of them are involved. So the thing is that for more structured kind of a thing, obviously, maybe yes, but for the semi-structured things, a big no. Why? Because Matthew, who were explaining, he was talking about the algorithm. The algorithm is something which always human is going to make. You are going to direct. Okay, you are going to understand. Yes, one more thing which Amrita Prarthana has said, that a CEO-less organization. Yes, may be true. Why? Because at the top level, as you have studied it earlier also, the maximum of your task was getting done at the mid-level. Okay, that was a semi-structured thing which was taking place. All the data were gathered from the lower level of the management, and then the analysis actually started taking place. So how you are going to gather the data, from which sources, and what applications need to be identified for the functioning, what for the analysis purposes of those data, that has to be done by the humans itself. अच्छा अभी आप बोलते हैं जैसे न्यूरल नेटवर्क, इट्स वन ऑफ द मशीन लर्निंग एंड AI based technology which facilitates that it reads the human brain, okay, how they react, but again for that you need to identify the algorithm. This technology is very good, but algorithm लिखने वाले तो इंसान ही।
Sorry to interrupt मैम, but हमारी next class start होने वाली है।
किसने बोला?
Yes ma'am.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Yes, Megha, you were also telling something. So I'm so sorry I've taken your time, and very good. I'm very happy for all of you. So next class is not on Friday. Friday is a holiday. Then Wednesday we will back. Okay? And please be there with your laptops. We will start with MS Access and 1 or 2 diagrams also. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.